it's Jasmine. So today I have another video that I specifically filmed for back to school, but this honestly can be used for so many other things, like if you need to go take your ID picture for your driver's license, if you're going to an event, if you're going to be out and about at night and you know you're going to be taking flash photography because there's no light outside. This look is picture perfect, and I kid you not, this is the way where I get no flashback. It's honestly so amazing because sometimes I look at the pictures people took of me with flash thinking that they'll get me, thinking that, oh, we're gonna get Jasmine real good, you know, she's gonna have the worst flashback, she's gonna pull a James Charles. But I guarantee you that with this tutorial you won't be pulling any James Charles anytime soon. So I hope you guys all enjoy this picture perfect makeup tutorial, and if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Obviously, I have my morning skincare on my skin right now. The only thing different about my skincare this morning was that I focused a lot on pore minimizing products. So I used that Guerlain pore minimizer again, and then I also used some more tea tree on my acne just so it can help reduce the size as well as some of the redness. Now when I'm taking pictures, I like to focus on very smooth skin. I think that is probably one of my strong points whenever I know I'm gonna be somewhere where there's gonna be a lot of flash photography, where I need to take a lot of selfies, anything like that. I love to have my face looking as smooth and as pore filled as possible. So as most of you guys know, this is my Holy Grail primer. This is the No Poreblem primer by Touch in Sol. I'm going to take one pump and evenly spread that across the face, but I am going to focus it on the center of my face. Obviously, if you're oily or if you're dry, you can accommodate, you know, use an illuminating primer if you want, use a mattifying primer if you want. But since I don't have any of those issues, my only concern is to fill in my pores. You can go ahead and layer up your primers. There's no right or wrong way. It's just that you gotta use what's best for you. For foundation, the only tip that I have is to use something without SPF. So something that isn't like the Oxygen Wow by Benefit, the Bare Pro by Bare Minerals foundation, the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth foundation. Those are the only foundations that I have on the top of my head that have SPF. Wearing sunscreen underneath your foundation, I feel like, is a must and that you should always do. I don't think that it disturbs any flashback situation, or should I say promote any flashback. I just think that as long as you stray away from foundations or other products that do have SPF, then you are good to go. So today's foundation of choice is the Too Faced Born This Way. I'm in the shade Natural Beige and I am so close to running out, so I am just gonna scrape the edges on the inside of this just so I can get the rest out. This foundation is just a little bit darker than me, but I've been out and about in the sun, so hopefully this matches me just a little bit more. What I love about this particular foundation is that it looks like skin. It's like a second skin, makes your skin look like my skin but better, and that's what I'm trying to focus here on this look. It's kind of an enhanced version of yourself, simply because sometimes you don't want to look too done and sometimes you don't want to look too undone. So I'm gonna go for something in the middle, like a natural glam look today. By the way, today's sponge of choice is the Morphe sponge. Since my foundation is not full coverage, I'm going to go back into the foundation and apply it over areas where I am really red. I don't like to color correct in general just because I just don't like the process of it. But if you like to, then obviously do what you need to do. It's just that I've never found any benefit of skin correcting on myself personally. I just go in with a second layer. I'm going to let this sit on the skin just a very little bit, and then I'm also going to apply some concealer onto my skin. This is the Hourglass Concealer. This is in the shade Fair. As most of you guys know, this is a new product to me, and I'm just going to apply this under the eye and on the sides of the nose so that when I blend out, it will fade into that triangular shape and it will naturally highlight the under eye area. This concealer, once blended out, will look skin-like as well, and so I'm just going to now buff out the foundation, and I'm gonna try and avoid the concealer as much as possible just so I could get more coverage out of it as I did with the foundation. I'm going to do my normal eyebrow routine, so my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown, and then layering my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit in the shade Ash Brown on top. Let's move on into eyeshadow. Now I have an array of single eyeshadows with me, and I'm going to be working in like kind of the top 2 rows here because that is where all my neutral eyeshadows are. So to set my eyelid in place, I'm obviously going to use this Bone Color shade all over the eyes. You know, ever since I started to do makeup, I think the look that I'm going to do today is the look that I started to do when I started to get into eyeshadows. It's kind of been my iconic go-to look. It's pretty much going to be browns with a gold shimmer, and I know a lot of girls wear that look, so it's going to be pretty easy to recreate for you guys today. Now the first 4 shades up until this dark color right here, this one is the Heavy Hitter palette by ColourPop. I'm going to take this color right here on my Sigma E40, and I'm just going to buff that into my crease. So as you could probably see, you're just like, damn, you took that really high. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because in photos, I want you guys to see, or I want to see within the picture, my eyeshadow colors. And since we are working with nudes, and since nude is pretty close to our normal skin tone shade, I want people to see the differentiation between the colors. I'm going to take the darkest shade right here with my Furless ME3 brush, and this is going to be focused in my direct crease so that there's a lot more depth and dimension to the look, and that the look will look a little bit more dramatic. Now that everything is beautifully blended, we can do so many things for our eyelid. You can keep it matte, you can go shimmery, you can go with any type of shimmery color onto your eyelid. It does not matter. This is such a universal standpoint right here. But since I want to remain within this little palette right here, the Heavy Hitter palette, I might want to go into this shimmer shade right here. Now I like using shimmers on my eyes, especially when I'm doing any type of photos. It's because whenever there's a flash that hits your face, the shimmers will reflect that flash and it will look really good, really beautiful. So I'm just going to take this with my finger and I'm just going to smoke it out onto my eyelid. And then with that blending brush, we're going to go along the edges here and just buff all that out. I'm going to go into this little row right here, these 4 shades. This is the Gemini by Night palette by ColourPop. I'm going to go into this brown right here with that Furless brush, and I'm going to buff it into my outer corner right here and make sure that everything is blended. I'm kind of winging it out just a little bit as well because I am going to wear winged eyeliner. Winged eyeliner is an essential for me, so I like to make sure that everything looks kind of in a cat-like shape. I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pen to create my wings today. This is one of my favorite drugstore eyeliners. It's literally the best, and it also is infused with a serum that helps your lashes grow. Before I want to finish off the eyes, I wanted to go in with some powder. Now, you guys might have noticed that I did not set my under eyes with powder. That's just because I went to go clean up my wings with some concealer, and I just hate applying liquids on top of powders. So that's why I'm now going to go into my NYX color correcting powder in the shade Banana. And I like to avoid translucent powders as much as possible, especially on picture day when I need to take pictures, anything like that. Just because on me, since I am a medium skin tone, I just feel like sometimes translucent powders are not translucent enough, so I have to go in with a colored powder that has a yellow base to it just so it looks more translucent and it gives me less of a flashback. And even if it does give me a little bit of flashback, it's not as abrasive as a translucent powder or a white powder would. And so far this powder has not given me any flashback whatsoever, so that is great news. And another way to avoid flashback is to just press that powder into the skin. I'm not gonna let it bake, I'm just gonna make it one with my face. Now let's go ahead and finish off the eyes. Now I have my 2 kohl liners here. I have my Sigma Long Wearing Pencil Eyeliner as well as my Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the shade Brownie. I'm going to apply the black one on my upper waterline and then the brown one on my lower waterline. This is just so that my eyes have a lot more definition and they just look a little bit more crisp. To blend out my lower lash line, we're going to go into the transition color up here and just heavily smoke it down. Now I'm going to take that burnt brown red shade that I had in my crease, and I'm just going to buff this right near my lash line. Then I'm going to take that brown that we put in the outer corner, and I'm just going to stamp it right near where I put that eyeliner. It'll give me a lot of depth and dimension. It's time to go into mascara. Obviously, I'm going to use the one that I love, my Essence Lash Princess. If you have non-existent lashes like myself, we're going to be applying some fake lashes. Now, I love a good wispy eyelash, and for some weird reason on picture day, I don't like to go all out on my eyelashes. I know I am the queen of wearing some big bold lashes, but today I'm going to go in with something just a little bit more toned down. These ones are the Lily Lashes and Sephora Havana lashes. They look a little something like this. These are not new to my channel. I have a few looks wearing them, and they are very pretty because if I hold them up to my eye like this, it really brings attention to that cat eye shape that I have, and I think that is very flattering for myself. So I just coated my lashes with the Kiss Eyelash Glue. So while the glue dries, I'm going to go into my bronzer that is right in front of me. This one is my Catrice Sun Lover Bronzer, and I'm just going to go ahead and attack this on my face. I'm just going to enhance the natural glow of my skin. I'm not going to do any harsh contouring. Although contouring can help in pictures, I think it's also very important to just embrace your natural face shape. And as you can see, I look a little bit more healthy with that. This one is my Wet n Wild Apricot in the Middle blush. If you have a similar skin tone to me or just a little bit lighter, this blush is so beautiful. I just applied the lashes and this is what it looks like. I think that this is a generic look, honestly, but it is something that will photograph nicely. Now I'm going to show you guys a trick that will make your pictures look so good. This is probably my favorite part of this whole tutorial. Now I love the Real Her Keep Going highlight. It is their lightest shade. It looks like this. This is probably something that is the best out of the whole Real Her line. They sent me so many things like their lipsticks and everything, but I just think that their highlighters are so good. And so I'm just gonna apply this into the inner corners here. It's something subtle, but it will show up in pictures. It'll make your eyes look brighter and it'll bring a lot of attention to the eyes. I'm also going to apply it onto the nose. By the way, I'm using my Sigma E30 brush. It's a pencil brush. And I'm just going to apply this as straight as possible onto my nose, so it makes the appearance of my nose look a little bit slimmer. You're just altering the way the light is hitting your face. Now I'm just going to apply the rest that is on this brush onto the upper lip area, and then we're going to switch into a brush for the face. This one here is my Sigma F03, and I'm just going to graze the tip of my brush into this. And how do you smile in pictures? Because when I smile in pictures, I smile like this. Okay? So if I smile like this, I want to focus my highlight in the area where my cheek naturally glows. So as you can see, my cheek naturally glows right there. So I'm going to apply my highlighter here and bring it up like that. It's going to naturally enhance what you already have. And then if you're just still face like this, hello, the highlight is there as well. So that's my little trick, and then with whatever is left, you can obviously just put that on the chin. Optional. I just do that naturally. And then I'm just going to blend out the highlight. Also, a lot of you guys ask me how I contour my nose, and typically I don't really contour my nose, but for the sake of pictures, I understand that sometimes the flash can wash out your face, which is why sometimes you want to go a little bit more dramatic with your makeup. I'm going to do something very subtle. I'm going to just take my bronzer again on my Shop Miss A E110, and I like to start at the tip of my nose, just so it looks a little bit shorter, I don't know. And then I'm just going to bring up the shades on the side of my nose right here, and naturally I have shadow in the top bridge of my nose, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to blend it up into that natural shadow, and I'm just going to bring it up straight like that. And then take another brush. This is the brush that I used to apply that white shade onto my eyes before I started my eyeshadow. I'm just going to use that to blend it out. And then I'm going to take my powder here and bake the sides of the nose. For lips, you can go in with any color. Honestly, it's up to you. But I'm obviously going to go in with a nude because I feel like that is the most flattering for me. I like to go in with more of a matte lip when I'm doing pictures, just because when everything's all said and done, it just looks a little bit more even. And it just looks better in pictures, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply my Beige Cosmetics Nude Lip Liner to my lips. So when I took my pictures for senior year for my ID picture, this is kind of the color that I went with. It looked really good in the pictures. I was like, oh girl, damn, like you did that. Today I'm gonna go in with a brand new liquid lipstick that I bought. This one is by Anastasia. This is the Naked Liquid Lipstick. I just bought this at TJ Maxx for like $8. And the thing is, I've been eyeing this shade, but I was like, ooh, I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale. And I found it, and now I'm the happiest person in the whole entire world. Remember in the beginning of the video how I emphasized how much I love having a very smooth base? Now, setting sprays are something that I feel like are very crucial when finishing up your makeup, especially for pictures. So here I have the ColourPop setting spray. This one is more of a mattifying setting spray. And then I have my MAC Fix Plus, which helps all the powders sink into the skin. It'll make everything look very skin-like. So I'm gonna mix both of these just so that my face will continue to have a demi-matte finish while having my powders look like they're non-existent. Alright you guys, I wrapped up this video. I hope you guys all really enjoy. Now, if I have any other tips, I will obviously leave it down in the description box below. But pretty much everything was very self-explanatory, and I hope you guys found some tips very helpful and useful. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.